Just get comfy as we cruise across your mental, yeah. Buffy niggas biting styles and see your mentals, yeah. Just get comfy as we cruise across your mental, yeah. Buffy niggas biting styles and see your mentals, yeah.
All of this music go in a few rides. I told these bitches, these niggas be quiet. Why won't these people just give me my props? Why they be acting like this ain't that right? Stop.
What's going on, internet? Episode 10 of It's Tea, bruh. You feel me? We out here. As you can see, we got more special guests for episode 10. To my right is Ankofa Billips, the homie. And in the back, my other homie, Kayla. What's your last name?
Whoa.
I've got real friends.
How long
How
have
many
we been
others?
begging? Okay.
But like, I never call you by your last name.
Kayla
ever.
Dillard.
You know,
Right
damn.
now.
Miss Dillard.
I do know that, but when do I ever use that? When do I ever have to like fill out something for
Did
you?
I
You feel
ever?
me? Like
That's
a
true.
friend form
Why
of like,
you
and what's
that
your
one?
friend?
Yes, you're allowed
You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
no.
and whatever,
But-
you know what I'm saying? Like a
but-
friend form of like, yo, what's her name? Oh, damn, hold up. I gotta fill out the first and last name.
That's very true.
Look,
He hasn't had to fill out any formal documents for you.
look.
Have I,
but-
Mr. Young? Have I had to fill out your documents?
You're right.
It's
Okay,
alright,
well,
we
look.
good, we good. We have
Well,
positive vibes
well,
only.
first of all, look, I
Positive
feel like
vibes
your Instagram, you feel me? Like, it's not even like your name. It's like, it's something else. It's
Oh,
like a
you need to
variation.
go deeper, baby.
It's- that's
Okay,
a bit
never
low.
mind.
Because what's her
Really
Instagram? Kayla, please give us your Instagram.
What's the...
The ad?
Dillard isn't the last name, though, on the Instagram.
That's brazy. Cause
Don't make me pull it up, Kahlil.
Dang.
You
At
just-
K Dillard.
Well,
Oh.
back to this tea.
Right, it's hot tonight. It's burn your lip, huh?
Scalding.
It's hot as hell.
Scalding
Alright.
this
Well, look, okay, Kayla Dillard. I apologize.
We're here.
I apologize.
We're
I
all good.
apologize. It slipped my hand. So we episode 10. And we gonna talk about what these amazing young ladies are into and what they do outside of this little square that y'all are watching. You know what I'm saying?
Big
Um,
things.
So y'all have a collective / company / group /
It's slash a
Have
lot
any
of
more
things,
slashes?
Really. Slash good times. No.
look, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of
It's
slashes.
It's really
Ever changing.
ever
Okay.
evolving. So we formed, Kayla and I formed the collective,
Okay.
and we have events called the Collective Sessions. Pretty much, we started off throwing our very first art show, which you made possible. Shout outs to Khalil. Thank you very
Shout out to the
much.
pickup
It was
truck.
dope. It was. I said we was moving a lot of stuff that night. You
Quite
feel
a
me?
few things. Quite a
No,
few
definitely.
things. But we throw art shows in this year, and
Okay.
moving forward, we've been doing this. This will be our third year.
Our third year.
Our third year. So we've been doing it consecutively during the summertime when we're both together.
Got you.
And it's been awesome. And this year we're just looking forward to growing.
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
we have rappers, singers, poets, painters, photographers. If you create it, we want it. Like,
I mean, I'm interested in somebody who's doing origami. Quite honestly,
Okay.
we haven't had anybody do
The
origami. Food is art.
right.
Ooh.
Live
food,
dance.
Oh,
is very
live
much art.
bands are. I'm really
Food
looking.
is
I'm
very
hyped
much
for a
art.
live band. Yeah,
I'm with that as
I
well.
would 100%.
Dang. Okay, so y'all are just like, so like, would y'all like describe yourselves as like almost a hub for like talent, or almost like a safe space for like expressing talent? Is that a good way to like describe it, or is it a lot more than that?
I think because it came from being around our friends, like people like you and our other friends who are artists, and like in LA, it's such a great art scene, but it's like hard to find a comfortable and safe space. We think like
Facts.
where you can just do what you want to do, you know,
Facts.
like without judgment, being around people you know are supporting you. And I think that, like we're saying, we were in line we just got back from school.
Mhm.
I think it was like the first week we were in a Father concert, waiting in line.
This was like I got off a flight
shout out to
literally
Father.
12 hours
Shout out
after.
to Father. You
Yeah.
made
Shout out to
Collective
Father.
Sessions.
Shout out to Father.
Shout out to Father.
You don't want
feel me?
awful records. That was
You
a great
feel me?
show.
You
That was
feel
a
me?
great show.
That was a phenomenal
You
show.
feel me?
But,
Damn, that's
it
so
was
dope.
lit. And then we were in the line waiting. Hopefully, she goes, "We should throw an art show." I said, "Okay."
And that was it. And that was it. Y'all was
That's
like,
pretty much
hey,
it.
hey, let's do it. Why wouldn't we?
Yeah.
That's pretty
Dang.
much it. But yeah, LA can be perceived as a pretentious place sometimes
Mhm.
because everybody comes out to LA to be discovered as
Right,
a
right,
star in music and whatever.
Right.
But A lot of us locals have been here grinding out,
Facto.
extremely talented and don't necessarily have the plugs into Hollywood and this, that, and the other. But it doesn't mean that we can't support each other because we're so talented and, we have time. And Kahlil's been rapping his tail off since high school.
Right.
Kayla's been doing photography. Deja's been doing photography forever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Michael's been making music.
Right.
Like, why aren't we doing this together?
Right.
Why do we have to wait for somebody else to validate our talents when
Right.
we can already see it in one another?
And that's really what it is. I think Collective Sessions is such a space just to be with your people.
Right.
Like, it's not a talent show. It's not, we out here trying to get signed. Like, we're really just out here sharing our art and knowing that people are going to appreciate it for what it is. Gonna help you grow. Like, we know there are people who've met at Collective and they're out here doing collabs.
Right.
Like, and it's just such a open space where you're not like, you don't create art, just come and meet people, be around your peers and just find your space. It's just a comfortable space no matter what you're doing, what you're looking for.
Yeah.
And I think that's really what our main goal was, like, to create an environment where people feel like it's okay to be yourself and to share your truth. So.
Right. Dang. That's dope. That's dope.
That was beautifully said.
Not word. You feel
That was
like
really-
y'all
I'm moved
y'all
by
was
that.
able to put that right in the box and to give us all the information, you know what I'm saying? A clean cut. So like why do you feel like what like y'all are doing is not as like prevalent in LA, right? Like cuz I feel like what y'all are doing and what like y'all are saying like so many people feel, and it's like granted there like are people who like are starting to do that now, but like why do you think so many people have not been doing that, even though LA is such a huge city and there's so many artists and this is kind of the hub for art, and for music and for, kind of just a lot of things. Like, why do you feel like this hasn't been a thing that has really been prevalent in like our culture? Just in terms of like artistic culture, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe because it's so competitive in LA, it's
Facts.
like me and mine.
Facts.
You know what I say? Like when I get put on, I'm put on.
Facts.
Forget everybody else who got me there and this, that, and the other.
That is
But
a very
you know
LA
what I'm
mentality
saying?
for sure.
It's unfortunately it's like that, and it has to kind of be like that for some people.
Yeah.
But we're raised by village. You know what I'm saying? We're all raised by our villages, and our villages have intertwined in beautiful ways. So we recognize that it takes a village to get many places. You know what I'm saying? Like
Collective wouldn't have happened without.
It wouldn't have happened without you, our parents.
My
your
auntie,
parents, aunties. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes all of these people to get to any goal. So we just take real advantage of our communities and the people who bangs with us.
Right.
And we made it possible. And, having that opportunity to do it for more people, because when you use your village, you have so much more reach and access. It's a beautiful thing.
Look, that was some jewels right there. They say, if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you go together.
Amen.
Right. You feel me?
That's beautiful.
And we trying to go far.
Very far.
You know what I'm saying?
That's very far.
Dang, that's what's up. Now, yeah, like, I feel like y'all's first performances, which was 2 years ago now.
2 years.
2 years ago now. I feel like that was kind of 3.
Y'all gonna make me lie on camera. Y'all, we lying on camera.
This is the third year.
This will be the third year.
Yeah, but
it would be.
I'm saying too though that
okay,
like
I can't count.
that like that are already like in the bag. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Like I feel like since then, I feel like a lot of stuff like has come from that, right? Like just in terms of like artists who like are getting on or whatever. Like even a Mindy K. Frost.
Shout out to you.
We love
My
you.
girl.
You super dope.
Engine,
but like,
I think that's the one.
I've been Millie rocking to that every day.
Oh, it's hot.
But
I love that.
I just like to say that like that was like her first performance ever, I believe, right? Like,
that's false. Was it?
I don't know.
I swear, like I remember.
She was okay. Yeah, she was, but I don't think it was her first one.
I mean, it was like one of her first, you know what I'm saying, like kind of performances. Because I remember like talking to her, and I believe like she was saying that like that either like was her first or like that was like one of her first like in that sort of like environment, right?
I think that
But I just like to say that like to where like she is now, right? Like you dope, like you out here like dropping hits after hits, but like
show
just
she's just doing it.
But like I think that that goes like more like to y'all, and the fact that like y'all are able to bring together so many like dope people into like one space, and the fact that like y'all were able to like provide something for an artist that they were not able to get somewhere else, right? And it's like, you know, like and like for all these artists, you know what I'm saying, like granted, like you might not be like the next this one event, like I might not put you into a certain position, but you're able to make those connections, and you're able to at least establish some sort of community, right?
Yeah.
And so I think like it's just like it's super crazy just like to think about just all of the dope artists that have been able like to come through, and just like where they're at now, you know, and just the fact of like y'all were able to at least start like a hub and like a nucleus that everybody is still like connected to. I think that that's like the like super like dope part about it. And yeah, I mean, like I just think it just will continue like to grow, and it just will be, you know, even like more events and more artists who but like this
what
is
you're getting us emotional.
Exactly like
this is really what we dreamed about.
But I think like that's like the that's the power of community, right? Like that's the power of like being able to like say, I forget about the I, and like let's focus on the we, right? You know what I'm saying? Like man, like even with like a lot of like groups from like the 90s and stuff like that, like in rap, you know what I'm saying? Like even like with Outkast, like they're all a part of like the Dungeon family, and that's like with Goody Mob, that you know what I'm saying? Like that's them. There's like a lot of like other people who all like are coming out of like this one thing, right? Like you know what I'm saying? Like a Future, like was somebody's cousin, I think, or whatever, like a part of like the Dungeon family, like with Outkast, like a Future, like
he can draw his
that
lineage,
family
right?
tree,
I mean, it's like connected, like
wow.
literally though, like right. So like it's just like it's stuff like that like being able to build stuff like that is able to connect so many people. Like you know what I'm saying? Like even with like NWA.
Right.
Like if like you follow like that tree, that comes all the way like down to Kendrick. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
I know
all the way from like Eazy-E, like all the way to Kendrick. Like there's all connections. Like you know what I'm saying? So like I think like that's just like the power of, you know what I'm saying, like of being able to build like a community, and being able to like establish something that you're able to, you know what I'm saying, like add people and add people and add people, so that it becomes this like huge thing that everybody is like connected through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's really, because I feel like at the end of the day, what do me and Kofa love? We love art and we love our people.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, that's really it.
And that's
really it. Just try to like, you know, do what we could.
Word. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I think that's like super dope. Man, so we are definitely having another show this year, right?
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So
y'all so it's exciting this year because we're growing up, so we want our baby to grow with us.
Right.
So we are anticipating have what we're calling the 56 sessions.
Okay.
Which is a more intimate setting, but it's kind of
sessions.
56
This is like
sessions.
56 Nights by Future. I
No.
like the vibe. It's a little different, but I like the DJ stuff. Look, but I like the.
Okay. Yes.
But 56 is a powerful number. You know what I'm saying?
56 is a powerful number. You know.
Big facts. Big facts. Big facts.
Yeah, so the 56 sessions, and it's going to be like a more intimate setting. So you're speaking with one artist about their experience, and more so of a space to kind of start a dialogue about creative processes and what it takes to maintain as an artist. And
I think we really want to create a space where people can not just come and observe, but interact with the artist, like talk. Because, you know, really as an artist, like a lot of times we can get very in our shell, you know, in our zone. And
Yes, for sure.
And so I think that it's important for us, like, to share, where our art is, what we're doing, but like where we're at in our process, you know?
Right.
Because meeting people in different stages in their process, I think is really beneficial to different artists. I think that's a big part of why we are so, you know, why we really care about Collective. So I think it's like, we're trying to create so people can come interact and then also create art, like
right.
you know. And so that's what we're trying. That's how we're trying to expand this summer.
Okay, I feel that. I think a lot of stuff in America has changed in the past year. In terms of people who are in office, in terms of, you know, a lot of things that are happening, a lot of reform that people are really trying to push.
Yeah.
Do you think that a lot of those elements are going to be in this event this year, or are you trying to also like push that, or do you think that it just is going to come like organically, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Through like these artists, right? Like,
yeah.
Are you going to try to make it more of like a conscious thing, or do you feel that the people who you are going to pick are already going to touch on those things?
I think as an artist, you like art is a reflection of the times. Art is a reflection of the times, and artists can't necessarily help that because you feel it, like it's in your everyday life. So I think it will naturally become a part of the conversation.
Right.
I don't think it's something that you necessarily have to force or even encourage, honestly, because people have something to say, and especially with the way things are turned and tilt at this moment in time in this country, a lot of people have taken a stance because we have to take a stance.
Yeah.
And for artists, that's our voices are medium.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? So you speak about how you feel in the situation, what you're encountering every day through your art. So I anticipate that we'll see a lot.
For sure. For sure.
Even if it's not political, I think many things do show up in some way or another. You know what I'm saying? It's an effect.
Yeah. No, I feel that. That's what's up. What was I gonna say? Nah, word. Like we really out here. We out here dropping jewels out here. You know what I'm saying? We out here. So we out here with the knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
We can't come on over here chatting. We can't just be chatting.
Look, episode 10. I said, you know, we had to do it big for episode. We double digits. 20 weeks. 20 weeks. We out here. You know what I'm saying? It's what we do out here. You know what I'm saying? But man, that's super dope. Damn, there was something else I was going to ask you.
Can I ask you something?
Oh, yes, of course.
Ooh, table
of
time.
course.
Table
Look,
time,
I said Ankofa is now the host.
Lovely. Welcome to It's Tea. My name's Ankofa.
It's Tea, we out here.
Kahlil, as an artist, would you say that the current state has affected your music to the point that you feel like you have to constantly talk about it or cover it? You know what I'm saying? Or do you feel like you can just make your music and the music speaks for itself and it makes its own statement?
That's a really good question. I think as of right now, I feel like a lot of my music is very self analysis of myself, right? So I think a lot of issues and a lot of those things, a lot of the issues that are going on in the world are important. And I feel like what I am talking about in terms of myself kind of all is able to like connect. And so I'm not directly talking about like those things, but I am talking about myself and more of a like analysis of myself and then of the world, right? And so like instead of just doing a like analysis of the world, I'm able to kind of be able like to check myself first and then be able to go out and figure out everything that's going on in the world, right?
That is a very beautiful
like, you know what I'm saying? So like, right?
You know?
So I feel like that's kind of, you know, like is where I'm at with it right now. A lot of like self, like a reflection, just how the fact that I just finished school, and so you know what I'm saying. So it's a lot of kind of just like where I've been and where I am now and where I'm going, right? So that's kind of, you know, where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, part 1 is up. Tune in next week part 2 coming. We gonna finish this conversation because it just is getting started.
Woo.
You feel me? Peace out. I said we'll check y'all later.